Hey guys, what's up? This is MEM Basis,
And Zach,
and we're here to talk about a really interesting hentai called Body Transfer. Mr. Zach, would you like to take this one?
yeah, sure. Basically, how it starts is there's a bunch of high school students and really bad names, but
And a teacher.
they, yeah, and a teacher, and they all started off and basically what was it, the gymnasium or whatever?
No, like an archaeology club.
Archaeology club, and basically there was this specific artifact that put them in this alternative world where basically every time they have sex, any of them basically have sex, they change bodies, and basically every time they have sex, they just switch bodies. And at first they're like, "Wait, what the hell's going on?" And what's the girl with the glasses name?
Sakajo.
Yes, Sakajo figures it out that the one that she likes, what's his name?
Kenichi.
Kenichi is basically in Yoshima's body, and she figures it out at first because she figures that out when she was like basically masturbating, and she sees that Kenshi was jacking it, but she realizes that it wasn't him. She realizes it was Ohio.
Miho.
What was her name?
Miho.
Miho. It was Miho, and basically she runs off saying, "No, I'm sorry. This isn't what it looks like." And basically, it just gets crazy, basically. And Sakajo actually falls in love, or actually, well, from the get-go, she loves Kenshi. And in the dream, she thought it was just a dream. She had sex with Kenshi, but it wasn't in her own body. It was in Miho's body, and she basically felt it. But obviously, Miho was obviously a virgin, just like her. So so she wanted to basically feel Kenshi's, I guess, dick inside her. So she decided to take Kenshi inside to the nurse's office, but it wasn't Kenshi. It was Yoshima. If I remember right, was that right?
Yoshimi.
Yoshimi. I can't. I didn't pronounce it right. Yoshimi, and basically, she realizes it's not Kenshi. She realizes it's Yoshimi, but she still wants to do it anyways. And she knows that if they start having sex or whatever, as soon as towards just got the orgasm, it'll switch back to Kenji. So she did that on purpose when she was basically blowing Kenshi's body, I guess. And then at the very last moment, it switched back and Kenshi was there. And then eventually they basically had sex. And then after that, basically, what happened after that? Can you help me on this one, Tyler?
Okay, basically, where'd you leave off at? Basically...
Oh, when Sakajo and Kenshi were in the nurse's office, when they just finished...
Okay, basically, they finished off, and basically, he's back in his body, but basically you see Yoshimi come back, but Yoshimi is basically not Yoshimi, it's Sakajo. And basically they start having sex, and Yoshimi, and I think Yoshimi is in Sakajo's body, or Miho I think it was, basically masturbating. And no, it was Miho. It was definitely Miho, because she was like, I couldn't feel it. I really wanted to feel it for the first time, but it wasn't me. And she got upset about it. And then basically it starts off in the second episode where you see they fully have sex, basically. And we forgot the lesbian part, but yeah, it was only that one time. But anyways, so basically they have sex and everything. And yeah, and what's her name? Kim... damn it, I forgot her name. The redhead chick.
Yoshima.
I forgot her name. But anyways, the redhead chick, she basically, was in Kenichi's body and masturbating when she saw, Sakajo jacking off. Kashimi, I'm sorry. And basically, yeah. And then they basically switched bodies 3 different times when they saw Sakajo masturbating and whatnot. She switched bodies 2 or 3 different times, and she knew about the artifact this whole time and everything else. So it pretty much finished off like that. And so basically, Sakajo finally went back to her body. Miho got really upset and decided she had enough and she wanted to go kill herself. And basically, Kenichi went after her, and Sakajo was extremely upset because she loved him and really wanted him. So there you go. And then basically, Kenichi saved her from, well, not really saved her, but told her that he loved her and shit like that. And they basically almost committed suicide each other by jumping off the cliff. Then they returned into their own world and basically pretty much had sex and ended it like that. And then you see the artifact with the little swirling purple smoke and shit. And there you go. Oh, and by the way, this the purple thing basically, like, it was going to close in on them, and it did make them switch their bodies. So, yeah. Anyways, yeah, so basically, why should it have another episode? Mr. Zach, would you like to explain that one?
I think they should have another episode so that Sakajo can at least have a chance with Kenshi, and at least show what happens after both Kenshi and Miho leave the world. I mean, it shows them having sex, but what happens to the ones that were still in that alternative world? They kind of just left them there, kind of left it hanging, kind of left a lot in their minds saying, wait, what happened to them? So I think they should make another episode at least where either Kenshi and Miho come back, or vice versa, where all of them find a way to escape out of that world, come back, and maybe Sakajo confesses her love to Kenshi or something like that.
Yeah, definitely.
But it can make another episode. Definitely.
Yeah, and of course that redhead chick actually liked Kenichi too.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they've been lifelong friends too. And of course that one chick, the purple hair chick who had sex with Miho, who really likes Kimchi. I forgot her name. The redhead chick, and they basically. So like, what happens to that idea? And literally,
they had lesbian sex.
I know, and you know, another thing that's not explained. The artifact isn't explained that too much. Like, what happened to the survivors of like the only chick? And of course, you know, where the hell is the teacher? I mean, shit, she wasn't even there except for that one little fucking scene. So more of her at least, and especially that blonde-headed chick who was just sitting there said like only 2 or 3 little words.
Yeah, whatever happened to her, she just like appeared one time and then she was just gone.
Yeah, exactly. And at least they showed Miho's little sister. I mean, it wasn't that much, but hey, at least she got some fucking screen time. I mean, my honest opinion, shit. I mean, seriously, I feel really bad for Sakajo. I mean, she could at least get a chance with him. I mean, come on now. And
she had sex with him like once and then that was it.
I know, and she feels really bad. She really loved him. So I think they should do that. And definitely, of course, you know,
I just wasn't expecting Miho to be in love with him. That kind of threw me off. I just had to admit
I know. So Miho get a chance too, like a 3-way. And then, of course, that one redhead chick liked him too. So, like, answer that question too. And that fucking lesbian one too.
Exactly.
You know? I mean, seriously. And, of course, maybe a little bit more of the artifact will be explained. Because, my honest opinion, it still needs a little bit more explanation. What's your opinion on it, Mr. Zach?
Yeah, they didn't really explain much of the artifact. In fact, the artifact doesn't really explain much at all. It was just kind of, you had to kind of figure it out what it does. They explain a little bit, but not much. I know it's a hentai, so I know it's not really meant to be anything more than predominantly just sex. But when I watch hentais, I actually like storyline and backstory.
Definitely.
But other than that, I mean, I think we should explain a little more.
Yeah, they should definitely explain a little bit more. I mean,
definitely have another episode.
Yeah, of course, because that artifact, it looked like it was still active a little bit. So, you know, it's like, the hell?
It's like waiting on 2 years.
Yeah. And maybe they should have a little extra little, like, maybe like 5, 10 minute, 15 minute OVA about her or whatnot, like a high school reunion. Oh, that would be so terrible. It'd be like, so what happened that year? Yeah, I remember I switched bodies with you. I had sex with you. Just kind of like a joke, but then they all have an orgy or some shit like that just to, you know. But It would just be funny to have something like that. That's just a little idea I wanted to create, but that's just my opinion. So, anyways, just to sum it up, yeah, explain a little bit more. I mean, all the girls, 3 of the girls love Kenichi. Explain that lesbian thing, the artifact, the teacher, and that blonde-haired girl, and everything else, and maybe that little high school reunion OVA thing, in my honest opinion. So that's all I have to say to sum it up, Mr. Zach.
Really just make another episode of, as we were saying before, sum up the whole situation with Kenichi and Psycho-Joe and Miho.
Yeah.
Other than that, I don't think anything more really.
Oh yeah, definitely. Alright, so anyways, well, alright guys, this is Emmy and Basis.
And Zach.
We talked and/or ranted and/or reviewed about body transfer, and we hope you all have a good day or night when you're watching this. Thank you.